Got my Sunday best time, going strutting with my Laura Belly.
Our 50th anniversary champs were simply small-town boys who made it big. They went from the farms in old Missouri to the top of the music world and had a lot of fun along the way.
Down the boulevard.
Tonight, we celebrate our 1959 gold medalists, the Four Pitchikers.
Hey!
The boys began singing together in high school in the heart of the Ozarks in a town of less than 200 people, Nixa, Missouri. They originally named themselves the Teen Tuners. The quartet consisted of Larry Hedgebeth on tenor, Keith Keltner singing lead, Keith Young as the baritone, and Johnny Marriott on bass. The year was 1950, and the boys visited the Springfield Heart of Ozarks chapter just up the road. After high school, Johnny took a job out of town while the other three attended Drury College in Springfield and began looking for a new bass. By this time, all were experienced musicians singing and playing several instruments. Brand new to Barbershop, future Society Hall of Famer S.K. Grundy was looking for a quartet to try out his new arrangements. He really liked the sound of the three Teen Tuners, but they needed a bass. In May of 1955, he persuaded experienced quartet man Joe Delzell to join the quartet. Grundy provided custom arrangements, helped them get organized, and coached them as well. He was so involved in the quartet, they considered him the quartet's fifth man. This new combination renamed themselves the Four Pitchikers. With an active show and rehearsal schedule, great coaching, and innovative arrangements from Grundy, they quickly improved and began their climb up the contest ladder. It was in June of 1956 at Minneapolis where, in their very first international contest, they placed fourth. Thanks to their diligence and their perfectionist coach, they would never place lower.
Those whistles are blowing, the smokestacks are showing.
They won the Central States District Quartet Championship that October, and the next summer repeated as fourth place medalists in Los Angeles. They jumped up to second place in Columbus. The 1959 International Convention was held in the Civic Opera House in Chicago. There were 5,000 fans cheering them on as they performed their best songs, including Alexander's Ragtime Band, Laura Bell Lee, and that Tumbledown Shack in Athlone. When the smoke cleared, the Four Pitchikers won their international gold medals by 64 points exactly 50 years ago tonight. All four men were married by now, and the wives were a very important part of the quartet. In fact, Keith and Wanda Keltner were wed just prior to the International Convention. During their acceptance speech, Keith told the audience, "I've only been a bride for 7 days." The audience roared with laughter. He only realized what he had said later that night. On returning home, the Springfield chapter held a very special Pitchhikers night with 200 family and friends in attendance. On hand was, of course, a very proud coach and mentor, S.K. Grundy. They were now even more popular, performing on average 3 out of every 4 weekends and approximately 50 appearances a year. Entertaining in 42 states, Mexico, and Canada, they literally canvassed the 4 corners of the nation. For many years, they were semi-regulars on the nationally broadcast Ozark Jubilee television series. The Pitchhikers had special spots on the show and did all the vocal backups for stars appearing on the weekly show.
She's just a wonderful girl. She's a wonderful girl.
On September 23, 1959, the boys performed on the Perry Como Show, broadcast live from New York City. They sang 2 songs with Como, who was very impressed by their sound.
Waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
Waiting on the levee, waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
In 1961, Hedgebeth took a job in Alaska, so in June, Keith's brother, Ken Keltner, replaced him on tenor and sang with the Pitchhikers for the final 4 years. They managed to record 1 LP. It was entitled Let's Bust One, and part of the popular Chord record series.
I'm too poot to pop, and I ain't playing possum. I'm too poot to pop.
They sang together for over 11 years and performed extensively. They sang their last performance together in 1965.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know where.
Two members have passed on. Larry Hedgepeth died in 1999 at the age of 63, and we lost Joe Delzell in 2004. He was 87. The four Pitchikers were always available and never too busy or too good to sing with anyone. They are described in the Harmonizer as ever willing, hard-working, clean-cut, morally fine, and true barbershoppers at heart. These Missouri farm boys grew up to become great singers and fine entertainers. More importantly, the four Pitchikers shared their love of harmonizing with an entire nation. So tonight, on their 50th anniversary, we salute Larry Hedgepeth, Keith Keltner, Keith Young, and Joe Delzell, the four Pitchikers, true champions.
She's a wonderful gal.